Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. Today I wanted to share with you my brow trimming slash face shaving routine, the products I use, how I store them, how I clean them, the whole thing. And it kind of sounds like a really complicated process, but it's actually really easy. And I in fact do it a couple of times a week because my hair tends to grow really fast, and so I find that that's how often I need to do it. But I think I've sort of seen and heard that people tend to do it once a week as like an upkeep routine. So it's not a really complicated process. You do need some good tools, which I'll share with you, and my couple of quick tips and hopefully that should make you have a very smooth shaven face and beautifully trimmed brows. So let me just talk about the products that I use first, and then I will show you guys how I shave my face and trim my brows, and easy, simple. So the products that you're gonna need, or the tools you're gonna need, I don't know, I keep calling them products, but basically the first thing is a face shaver. I use one by a brand called Tinkle, I believe, and these are great. They honestly look a little bit childish, I think, but I kind of like that. I like the pretty colors and all of that, but what I really love is two things. This razor is a really good quality razor. It shaves brow hairs really well, but it's also really gentle on the skin. It doesn't take a lot of the top layer of the skin off, which is great because you don't have to worry about kind of shaving your face and exfoliating your face. You can have an exfoliating routine that's separate from your face shaving routine, which I prefer. So I love that about them. I also really like the design of the end of the razor, the tip of the razor, because you can really precisely shave certain areas of your face, like your brows, which is really helpful. And I also love the fact that these are very affordable. They're a couple of dollars for a pack of 6, which is great, because even though they last for a while, you do need to replace them every once in a while because they end up getting dulled. They're just a really great buy. I also use a Tweezerman brow shaving kit, which has small scissors meant for brows and also a little spoolie, and these are amazing. They also don't seem to rust or anything like that, which is great, because if you're going to be using scissors for a while and you're going to be kind of washing them and rinsing them, you kind of think, oh my gosh, this is gonna rust. But no, I haven't had any issues. Great quality, you would expect that from Tweezerman, and very affordable as well, and really a worthwhile investment to get in your grooming kit routine. I also have a tray where I keep my tools, and I love this tray. I will link it down below. You can obviously keep it anywhere you want, but I kind of like them on a tray because you can just quickly put that tray, do your shaving, trimming routine, and then put it away. And then the last thing you're gonna need, or at least what I use, is a small little thing of rubbing alcohol, and I use that to spray the actual shaver with, just because I wanna keep things as hygienic as possible, because I just think that's a good idea, but also especially because I have acne prone skin, and so I think that's really important to do. I guess as I'm talking about the alcohol, let me just say that the only cleaning I do for these tools is I just give them a rinse. I give a spoolie a rinse, the scissors a rinse, and the shaver a rinse, and I spray some alcohol on the shaver. So that's all the upkeep I do. And then for the shaving part, you just want to make sure that you have a clean face, basically, is, you know, that sounds weird, but you want to basically wash your face first and then do the shaving routine, so that you are using, you know, clean tools on clean surface. And that's going to minimize any sort of issues with like bacteria and acne and all of that. And as someone who has acne prone skin, I am all for minimizing chances of acne. So the reason I shave, let me just quickly mention that, and you probably know this, and maybe you already have a routine going. You might just be looking to see what you can do, or if you're doing the same as I am, I don't know. But the reason to shave your face, and if you've never tried it, it's so amazing, is that it just makes your skin look really smooth, and it just makes the makeup go on really, really well as well. And if you have like peach fuzz growing around, say, your upper lip area, which I do, or even like right here where the sideburns are, I guess, you can just shave that off, and it's a quick way to kind of maintain and upkeep your hair on your face, your facial hair. And the reason I shave and trim my brows and don't pluck them so much is that I think that if you're shaving your brows, it's much more gentle for the brow hairs. And if you ever wanted to, like, say, shave a hair that you don't want now, but maybe you want it later, it's just much easier for that hair to grow back in if you shave it as opposed to if you pluck it. I've actually overplucked my brows in high school because I wanted them to be really thin, and then they didn't grow out the same way as when I had them beforehand, and I'm really, really sad about that. So I tend to be like, no, don't overpluck your brows. If you want to kind of grow out your brows, or if you want to sort of let your brows be as full as possible, which I think is a good idea, but you still want to maintain a nice shape, whether just kind of upkeep or if you're growing them out, shaving your brows a little bit, like here and there, is a great way to upkeep them without damaging the brow hairs. And then I will show you how I trim them. It's just a very, very quick routine, but sometimes it's a good idea to trim certain hairs that are kind of sticking out. My brows are not great. I know that. That's just, I think, partly genetics, partly the overplucking in high school, but it's what I have to work with, and I don't have any special training, and I'm not really that great at doing my brows, and if I feel like I can do a decent job of it, then you definitely can as well. All right, so let me just show you what I do. And first and foremost, I just basically start with shaving my face, kind of the larger areas of the face. You gotta have clean skin and a clean shaver, and you're gonna pull your skin taut, and you just, with short strokes, you're gonna start shaving your face. Now, I don't want to be like, you always want to go down, you always want to go sideways. I think you're going to figure out a routine that works for you. I tend to go down on my forehead, and then I tend to shave this way for my cheeks, and I tend to shave down for kind of the lip and the jaw area, and I tend to shave upwards around my sideburns because I like to I don't know if they're called sideburns if you don't have sideburns, but this area, I tend to kind of shave up a little bit just because I want to get a closer shave. That's what I do, but everyone is different, and you might find a routine that's a little bit different that works better for you. But essentially, it's very easy. You'll get the hang of it. Don't put too much pressure. Be gentle, and very, very light, short strokes on skin that's a little bit pulled so that it's kind of nice and taut. So once I'm done shaving the face, I go back for detail shaving the brows, and this is where I go around the brow, and if I see a little hair that I just don't quite want, I end up shaving it. The only hairs I ever pluck, and I'm really, really careful with it just because I have overplucked my brows, like I said, in high school, is like right in the middle where I know I'm never gonna want them, and so that's when I pull out my Tweezerman tweezers. But normally I just shave them, and if you shave them pretty close to the skin, it literally looks like the hair is not there. So I love this method. And then after I'm done with the shaving part, what I do is I go in and I take my scissors and my spoolie, and I just start kind of gently trimming usually it's the tops of the hairs, because usually they're kind of sticking out here, and I tend to tilt my head back so I can actually see the shape of my brows, and you can pretty clearly see which hairs are sticking out. And then sometimes I trim sort of the sides of my brows as well, because they can kind of grow long and a little bit unruly. But I don't necessarily brush my brows up. My brows are kind of unique, and they do whatever they want basically. I just sort of gently brush them the way I'd want them to lay, and if something is sticking out, I very, very carefully take a little bit off. So as I'm trimming my brows, I'm very, very careful because I don't want to over trim them, and a very little trim does make quite a big difference when you step back. So just be very, very careful and only take off the pieces that basically stick out. So that's kind of my routine there. And when I'm done, what I do is, like I said, I just rinse the tools and I spray them with alcohol, mainly the shaver, and that is it. So it's a very, very simple simple and quick routine, and the best part is you're not really damaging the hairs, and you are kind of doing a very quick routine of upkeeping your facial and your brow hairs with tools that are affordable, that are easy to clean, and that are really quick and easy to store. So I just wanted to share my routine with you because I find that this works really well for me and I love doing it. I feel like I really see a lot of difference when I shave my brow and my facial hair, and if you've never tried doing it, I feel like it's worth a try, and I just wanted to share what I do and share the tools that I use. So on that note, I'm gonna end this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more future videos. And on that note, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!